Fans, welcome to Dr. C. Keith Connor Field. Testing, testing, testing. All right, fans, we are back here at Dr. C. Keith Connor Field. We appreciate you joining us on this sunny yet windy midweek game here on Wednesday afternoon in Central South Carolina. We had some audio difficulties, but we'll get you caught up here in just a minute. 3 o'clock first pitch, and at the top half of the first inning, Sandy Johnson getting the nod on the mound, and it looks like it's going to be a pitch by committee today, as we already have a relief pitcher coming in for Southern Wesleyan in the form of Cole Adams, number 38. So it looks like we'll have a lot of pitchers, and typical in college baseball midweek, that's what will happen. So not sure if we'll see a new pitcher every inning, but they will be in and out frequently. Sandy Johnson, as we mentioned, pitched the first inning for the Warriors and did a good job. Faced 4 hitters, had a couple of flyouts, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. So Sandy clears the top half of the first inning for Southern Wesleyan. Marcelo Allen playing shortstop led off. He was followed by Travis Hammond playing center field and Chance Fogle playing right field. And it was 3 up, 3 down for Southern Wesleyan the bottom half of the first inning. On the mound for the Limestone Saints was George Triplett. George faced the minimum 3 batters as well. Had a couple of flyouts and 1 ground out, so we'll see if he comes back out. Right now there's no action in the Limestone bullpen. There's a host of Saints down there, but nobody even as much tossing. So, again, we're glad you're here. As we mentioned, 3 o'clock first pitch, and we are beginning the top half of the second inning. Pretty good breeze blowing out to left field, so right-handed hitters probably going to enjoy today. Left-handed hitters, they're going to have to get into it pretty well, otherwise that wind's going to cut it down. The ball's going out to right field, so not the best day from a pitcher standpoint, but as the day progresses, we may see the wind die down just a little bit. Triplett enters today, making his second appearance, 4.50 ERA. 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, couple runs, both earned, couple of walks and no strikeouts. Sandy Johnson made his 4th appearance. This was his first start. And again, pitching by committee, so in for the Saints. Steps Gavin Troyer, the designated hitter. Troyer lines that one out to center fielder Travis Hammond, who comes in and makes the play. Could be an eventful day for the outfielders today, with the wind blowing as it is, and third baseman Noah Love steps in. Batting .235. He's played in all 11, actually started all 11 games for the Saints. This is their 12th. They're 5-6 on the year, 1-3 on the road, 4-3 at home. So struggle a little bit when they get out of the friendly confines. And just like that, there's a ball hit to left field that is going to be up and over the Warrior bullpen. And honestly, that one is probably out without the wind. But he did get that up into the wind to help aid that. So Noah Love comes in and picks up his first home run of the season and his 4th RBI. believe this is going to be Cole Adams' first appearance this year for the Warriors. And Davis Turner, catcher, steps in for the Saints. Davis hitting .208. A couple of doubles and a home run on the season. You can see across the diamond for the Warriors, and as we mentioned, Tyler Jackson behind the plate. Cam Mitchum over at first. Jackson Mix at second. Marcerio Allen at shortstop, and Josh Long anchoring third base. Left to right in the outfield will be Grisso, Hammond, and Chance Fogle. Count evens at 2-2. So we mentioned Limestone comes in at 5-6. The Warriors come in at 2-8. 2-3 at home, yet to pick up a win on the road. And the Warriors will be back in action here on Friday and Saturday as they open up the conference series with Shawan. As of right now, single game on Friday at 4, doubleheader at 12 on Saturday. Make sure you check SWUathletics.com because that is likely to change pending incoming weather. So a foul ball and a ball in the dirt pushes it to a full count. Crowd's starting to pick up here. Generally speaking, not as large of a crowd on midweek as they would be on Friday or Saturday. And Turner draws a walk. Cole Costco, right fielder, steps in. And just like that, we're going to have a pitching change. So we're going to take about a minute. We'll be back. We'll get you caught up with the new Warrior pitcher. Welcome back, fans. Here at Dr. C. Keith Connor Field, and Andrew Patterson, new pitcher for the Warriors. Andrew, a senior from Anderson, South Carolina, West Side High product. Patterson will inherit a runner on first base as right fielder Cole Costco steps in. Costco hitting 250. A couple runs scored on the year. It's going to be Andrews' fourth appearance. 5.79 ERA. 4 2/3 innings pitched. A couple of walks and 4 strikeouts. High fly ball going to be just beyond shortstop. Travis Hammond makes his way in. It's going to be one of those days where any balls back behind first base, right field line is going to push back in, and any pop-ups to the shortstop, third baseman, outfielders can't give up on it. So good play by Hammond there. Second baseman Wyatt Stone for the Saints. An attempted stolen base. Nice throw there by Tyler Jackson. And just like that, we're going to be entering the bottom half of the second inning, but not before Limestone picks up a run on a solo shot. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Jordan Triplett back out on the mound for the Saints. This brings up the designated hitter, TJ Highsmith. TJ hitting .313, sends this one to left center field, and it's not going to come back. So just like that, another ball up in the jet stream here in left center field, and that ties the ball game at 1. And that's going to be Highsmith's first home run, second RBI of the season. Marty Grisso steps in, playing left field today for the Warriors, and promptly first pitch he sees sends it out to his counterpart. And Zach O'Malley retrieves it and gets it back in. Grisso hitting .231. That was his 10th hit of the season. And this brings up Cam Mitchum, the first baseman. Cam hitting .179, 5 hits on the season. Apologize, fans, for taking a quick break. We had some other responsibilities pop up here, and Andrew Patterson back out on the mound for the Warriors. Base hit here to start off the top half of the third inning for the Saints. Adams Fawcett, the center fielder, stands in. Hitting .467, 15 at bats, 7 RBIs, 9 RBIs, 7 hits. So Fawcett having a productive season. And Patterson quickly ahead 0-2 here. Swing and a miss, so Fawcett goes down on strikes. Brings up Peter Adams. Adams is 0 for 1. Had a fly out earlier in the game. And he is the Saints' leading hitter. 9 for 18 so far. A couple of doubles, a couple of triples. 2 for 3 on the bases as well, hitting .500. Zach O'Malley, left fielder, on deck. We'll talk a little bit more about O'Malley here in a few minutes. And there's a bunt for a hit, actually, so really no attempt at a sacrifice, but nice bunt there, laid down by Adams, and this brings up Zach O'Malley, who transferred to Limestone this year, was a product of Southern Wesleyan. Always enjoyed watching Zach play. Here at Connor Field. Zach hitting .308. Has now started in all 12 Limestone games. Him and Noah Love are the only two to lay claim to that fact. O'Malley, 4 doubles, 4 RBI, still looking for his first round tripper of the season. And when he gets hot, he can put on a show. There's no doubt about that. Facing his former teammate. O'Malley walked his first at bat. And there's the drive to right field, but the wind is going to cut this one down. Gives an opportunity for a runner on second to advance to third. So Zach did his job there with an out. Just couldn't quite get it to either side of Chance Fogle. So I imagine those two are still good friends, really good friends while Zach was here. So flies out to Fogle there and brings up Dylan Shugan. Patterson quickly ahead. 2 outs, first and third, so may see some action here on the base pass by Limestone trying to get something started, especially if we get to a 2-strike count. And Peter Adams does have a couple of stolen bases already on the season. So you'd anticipate him running even more now that there's 2 strikes on the hitter. Shugan hitting .161. Home run and 3 RBIs. And he takes off Patterson conceding to him. So runners now in scoring position. Base hit with the speed of Adams. Could possibly score 2. And that's going to be a called third strike. Nice pitch by Patterson there to end the top half of the third inning. We'll head to the bottom half. We are still tied at 1. Trippett still on the mound there for Limestone Saints. And catcher Tyler Jackson, first pitch swinging, sends this one out to the shortstop. And Adams with a strong throw, but just not in time. Jackson hustling down the line. So Jackson Mix now, the second baseman. It's going to be Tyler Jackson's 5th hit on the season. And Jackson Mix hitting 160, 25 at bats, 4 hits, a couple RBIs. Making his 9th start on this young 2023 campaign. He shows bunt, takes it for a called strike. Long look in from Triplett. Pitch down in the dirt. Swing and a miss, like a potential hit and run. And Jackson gets in there with a head-first dive and just eludes the tag. Ball from catcher Davis Turner was at the shortstop side of second, so Adams had to field a throw, catch his throw, and then come back over and could not tag out Jackson. So now runner in scoring position, good opportunity for the left-handed batter to at least move the runner over to third. And there's a swing and a miss. Drop third strike there by catcher Turner, but Mix not making any movement toward first base, and he was easily tagged. Marcelo Allen, the shortstop, makes his way to the plate for Southern Wesleyan. Marcerio hitting .207. Couple of RBIs, second on the team in stolen bases with 3 behind, or rather he actually leads the team in stolen bases with 5. Apologies. Allen flies out to left fielder Zach O'Malley, and this brings up center fielder Travis Hammond. Hammond getting some starts as of late, hitting .333. A few hits, a couple of doubles on the season actually. Actually 2 out of his 3 hits are doubles for Hammond. 2 outs. Running on second in the form of Tyler Jackson, the catcher. Should Hammond reach Chance Fogle, will have an opportunity to drive in some runs. Hammond shows bunt, but pulls it back. 75 degrees here today in central South Carolina. You would take this in February any chance you get. Majority of the players today are in short sleeves. Hammond falls down, or rather 2-1 count now with a couple of outs here. We mentioned earlier Shawan comes into town this weekend. The Warriors actually had the bye in the first weekend, so everybody else in the conference has already played conference baseball. This will be Southern Wesleyan's first opportunity. Shawan comes in 0-3 in the conference. They dropped a 3-game series, was swept by Francis Marion last weekend. And a swing and a miss, and the Warriors go down. So we've played 3 here so far today. Still deadlocked at 1. We'll be back in 45 seconds. Third pitcher on the mound now for Southern Wesleyan in the form of Josh Fenton. It's going to be Fenton's sixth appearance, 7.94 ERA. And his first batter he faces in the form of Gavin Troyer, the designated hitter, lines out to Jackson Mix. So just like that, one pitch, one out. That's exactly what you'd like to see coming out of the bullpen. Noah Love, the third baseman, steps in. Noah had the solo shot earlier in the game for his first home run of the season, fourth RBI, hitting .235 for the Saints. So 2 runs scored, 1 apiece by each team. Both scored on solo home runs. As we anticipated, some long fly balls today with the wind blowing out to left field. Getting reports the wind is at 10 miles per hour, but I believe it might be gusting up to 15 to 18. And there's a called strike at the knees, so Fenton gets back in there, evens the count at 2-2. Fly ball down the right field line. That one is going to get out of play. Fogle in right field, obviously not giving up on it. Another fly ball rather out to right field. That one gets over Fogle's head. And Love's going to be in with a stand-up double, so a couple of extra base hits now for Love. A double on this at bat and a home run earlier in the game. That one almost looked to confuse Fogle a little bit. He kept probably anticipating the wind. Kind of drafting it down, but as we look out at the flag, there is no wind now, so that one kind of took off on him. Davis Turner, the catcher, steps in, so one out here in the top of the fourth inning, and Saints with a runner in scoring position again. Turner with a couple of doubles on the season. Runner off on the pitch, and he got a tremendous jump there. Noah pretty much stole that one on Fenton. It'll be a 1-2 count here.
It's going, sir. It's slow. Give it a second.
And there's a called third strike, and Davis Turner, the catcher, did not agree with that call, so I'm sure when he comes back out in the field, he'll talk to the home plate umpire and see exactly what he thought on that one. Cole Costco, the right fielder, stands in. Cole's 0 for 1, flew out his first at bat. As we mentioned earlier, hitting .250 on the season. Just below that now, he's 0 for 1 today. Saints 90 feet away from picking up their second run. Fenton 1 out away from getting Warriors back in the dugout and a chance to hit in the bottom of the fourth. Fenton from nearby Greer, South Carolina. First attended Spartanburg Methodist College prior to transferring in last season. There's a swing and a miss. And Fenton comes in and does his job. Retires the side now. So Warriors will head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. We're still deadlocked at 1. We'll be back soon. Chance Fogle steps in for the Warriors to lead off this bottom half of the fourth inning. Fogle 0 for 1 with a fly out. As that pitch gets to the backstop. Fogle hitting just 160. He's yet to get on track. 25 at bats, 4 hits, 5 RBIs, 4 of those coming on one swing with a grand slam early in the season. Triplett still on the mound for Limestone. And there's a line drive down the right field line. That's going to be extra bases. We'll see if he'll stay at second. He's going to motion into third. Here comes the throw to third. And it's going to be a nice relay, but Fogle's going to get underneath the tag. So a good throw from right fielder Cole Costco and a really good relay. And it looked as though he was going to be out on that play, but ended up being a high tag. And third baseman Noah Love still not really sure why he didn't get the call there. But home plate umpire hustling down to make the call. So a leadoff triple now for Southern Wesleyan, and they're 90 feet away from taking the lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And TJ Highsmith, the designated hitter, steps in. TJ trying to put the Warriors on top.
He's ready. He said, watch this.
Corners are up for Limestone. So anything ground ball up the middle or fly ball will work, and ground ball up the middle will work and put him on as well. So run scoring single there from Highsmith. So Highsmith has both RBIs for Southern Wesleyan. Josh Long, third baseman, hitting .294, leads the team with 10 hits. Just ahead of Marty Grisso with 9, who stands on deck. Pop up on the infield, and George Triplett takes care of that. So Long couldn't advance. Brings up Marty Grisso. Grisso hitting .231. Leads the team in at bats with 39 and second on the team in hits with 9. Has 3 stolen bases on the season. Shows bunt and bunts it down the third base line. Nice bunt, and there's not going to be an opportunity to throw him out. So Grisso now picking up his 10th hit of the season. And this brings up first baseman Cam Mitchum. Warriors putting something together here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Leadoff triple by Chance Fogle. And a run scoring single by TJ Highsmith. Marty Grisso with a bunt hit. And Cam Mitchum now hitting runners at first and second. Mitchum takes a off-speed pitch for a strike. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out earlier today. Just approached the 1 hour mark here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. First pitch was at 3 o'clock. If you're late joining us, Limestone scored in the top half of the second. The solo home run by Noah Love. TJ Highsmith responded in the bottom half, and Highsmith also had a run scoring single here in the bottom half of the fourth. Warriors lead 2-1. Another called strike on Mitchum. Limestone has 4 hits. Warriors have 6. So they get in their bats on track here in a midweek game before conference opener. Ground ball past the third baseman, and that's going to send Highsmith to the plate. Throw from O'Malley's not going to be in time. In fact, it's cut off by the third baseman, Noah Love. So first and second now. So Warriors continue to rally here in the bottom half of the fourth, and that's going to bring Coach Harker out from Limestone. We're going to have a pitching change, and in doing so, we'll be back here in about 2 minutes. Back here at Connor Field, new pitcher for Limestone. Going to be Zach Saxton. He's a junior right-hander from Pawleys Island, South Carolina. And Saxton's first pitch to Tyler Jackson will be a strike. Saxton's making his third appearance. 2.08 ERA, 4 1/3 innings. No walks, 3 strikeouts on the season. And there's going to be a line drive, going to get in front of the right fielder, and that's going to score Grisso. And that's going to push Mitchum over to third base. The runners now at the corners. And the Warriors played another run with Jackson Mix, second baseman, stepping in. So first and third now. Jackson Mix entered today, hitting 160 for the Warriors. We'll see if he can advance some runners here with 1 out. And a foul ball back toward us. Saxton's pitch just out of the zone. 2-1 count, 1 out. Marcerio Allen waits on deck. Try to do some more damage for Southern Wesleyan. Pop-up is going to be in front of the Limestone dugout. The wind is going to not keep it in, so out of play. So Mix will get another opportunity here. Payoff pitch coming from Saxton. And that one's down in the dirt, so bases will be loaded. And Marcerio Allen makes his way to the plate. Marcerio 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. Chance to plate some more runs here for Southern Wesleyan. Marcero has 1 of 3 home runs on the season for the Warriors. One of those also being a grand slam early in the season off the bat of Chant Fogel. That pitch catches the inside corner. Ground ball gets by the first baseman into right field, and it's going to plate 1 run as catcher Tyler Jackson held at third, probably rightly so. This brings up Travis Hammond, the center fielder. Five-1 now Warriors lead. Hammond takes this one off the plate. Hammond making the most of his at-bats. Couple of doubles, 3 walks. He is 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a flyout. And we're going to have a break in the action, another pitching change. So with a 2-0 count, 1 out here in the bottom half of the 4th inning, we'll come back in about a minute and a half.
The ball hit the ground funny right in front of his mitt. And then bounced.
Fans, we're back, and you just saw Travis Hammond greet the new pitcher in the form of Alex Canino. With a couple of runs scored there. Canino comes in with a 4.66 ERA. It's his 5th appearance, 9 2/3 innings. And this will bring up Chance Fogle, 2nd, 3rd. So Warriors have scored 6 runs here in the bottom half of the 4th inning to take a 7-1 lead. Good speed everywhere around in the form of Marcelo Allen at 3rd, Travis Hammond at 2nd, Chance Fogle at the plate. Base hit should easily score a couple of runs. St. outfielders are playing normal depth, but they are straight up for Fogle. Infield with 1 out here. First baseman in on the grass. Middle's deep. Third creeps in about even with the bag. And the pitch going to be out to center field, and Adams Fawcett's going to throw to third, and not going to be a play at third base. They're going to appeal that he left too early, and we're not going to get an out call. So with that, Vogel with a sacrifice fly scores Allen. It's 8-1 now. This brings up T.J. Highsmith. Highsmith 2 for 2 today with a home run and a run-scoring single earlier in this inning. Highsmith has a couple of RBIs, a couple of runs scored. You know, he's desperately wanting to get Hammond in here at third, 90 feet away. And ball goes back to the backstop. Bat goes toward the third base dugout. He'll grab maybe some pine tar, maybe not. We'll see who comes back out for the Warriors. Been a long bottom half of the inning. There is action in the bullpen. They have been going predominantly one pitcher per inning. And there's a swing and a miss. And that's going to end it for the bottom half of the fourth, but not before Southern Wesleyan picks up 7 big runs in the fourth inning. We'll take a break. Fenton coming back out for the Warriors. Going to the top of the fifth. Warriors 8, Saints 1.
Wake up and focus. Awaken your dreams. Awaken your soul. Awaken your purpose. This, Southern Wesleyan University.
Josh Fenton back out on the mound for the Warriors after he pitched the fourth inning. And just like that, he's greeted with a base hit up the middle off the bat of Wyatt Stone. And this brings up leadoff hitter and center fielder Adams Fawcett. Fawcett 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out. Fawcett hitting .467 as he entered the game today. Fenton falls behind 2-0. This is where you need him to come in and throw up a 0 here in the top half of the 5th. And there's a ground ball to Mitchum, and it's going to be off his glove and not in time, says field umpire. He tried to come up and scoop it real quick to make a turn for the double play, and in doing so, kind of flicked off his glove, and tough error there for the Warriors. So first and second now for the Saints, so a base hit and an error. And this brings up shortstop Peter Adams. Snap throw over to first base, not in time. Adams 1 for 2 today with a stolen base and a fly out. And as we mentioned, he's leading the Saints, or was leading the Saints coming into today's game. With a minimum at bats, he was 9 for 18. Couple doubles. Fenton with the pitch, and that ball is going to get through the 5-6 hole, and Brent Harker is going to hold up the runner at third, but Grisso comes up, and an error by the left fielder allows the runner to score now. So got some tough breaks for the Warriors. The leadoff base hit and a couple of errors now, and Matt Robinson's going to bring the entire infield in and have one of these conversations where you try to get the concentration level back where it needs to be. We'll take a break. Zach O'Malley steps in for the Saints. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. First and second here with no outs, and what was a great offensive explosion in the bottom half of the fourth. The Warriors is slowly turning into the same for Limestone. However, they have yet to, they've only scored 1 run, so double play potential is there for Southern Wesleyan. A couple of errors in the top half of the 5th has not been a friend for Josh Fenton, who exits for Christian Cassidy. We'll have to wait till we close the book on Fenton, see what the runners on first and second end up doing. There's a strike. Cassidy coming in with his 5th appearance on the season, 4.50 ERA, 2 innings pitched. So he's been in there for 5 games now, but in very limited action. So I'm sure he's in here to try to finish this 5th inning out. And there's a pitch just off the plate. And that's going to load the bases for first baseman Dylan Shugan. Shugan has 1 home run on the season, 3 RBIs. Hitting the cleanup spot for the Saints. He's 0 for 2. A couple of strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging. So Cassidy would like to follow that up with his 3rd strikeout today, and that pitch is on the inside. Actually off on the inside part of the plate. Top of the 5th, if you're just joining us, 8-2 Southern Wesleyan. Deadlocked up until the bottom half of the 4th. Southern Wesleyan scored 7. And Limestone trying to follow suit here. Cassidy falls behind 2-1. Swing and a miss. Good all-speed pitch by Cassidy there. He's got his work cut out for him here. Trying to minimize the damage. Cassidy going to gather himself. Payoff pitch coming momentarily here. And that pitch is going to be on the outside part of the plate for a ball. So that's going to force in a run as Shugan heads down to first base, brings up Gavin Troyer, the designated hitter.
Now batting for the Saints, number 37, Gavin Troyer.
A couple of flyouts for Troyer thus far today. He's looking for his first RBI with bases loaded. Cassidy trying to prevent that. And that pitch is misses off. More action in the Warrior bullpen. We talked about at the start of the game, they're going to be pitching by committee. No action in the Limestone pen. We do have several pitchers down there waiting for the call. There's a strike on the outer half. Eight pitchers thus far combined in today's game. And that could push up to 14-15 by the time it's over if both teams have a short leash and pitching by committee. And there's a line drive into right field, and Fogle going to come up throwing, but Saints are going to be content going station to station here. And another run plated. Pushes it to an 8-4 lead by Southern Wesleyan. Noah Love steps in, the third baseman. And Noah's had a good day so far. He's 2 for 2 with a double, a home run. So this is exactly who the Saints would like to have up in this situation right now. And there's going to be a ball hit in the left center field gap. Grisso makes a good play. Ball comes into second base, which allows Shugan to score. So a run scoring, or a 2-run single there, rather, off the bat of Noah Love. So Noah Love picks up his third hit of the day, his third RBI. And now 8-6. And Davis Turner, the catcher, steps in. Turner's 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Cassidy came in relief of Fenton. Fenton started the top half of the fifth, gave up a leadoff single as this pitch gets in the dirt. And Tyler Jackson can't locate it, allows the Saints to advance into scoring position. Cassidy has worked his way to the payoff pitch against Turner. Cole Costco, the right fielder, on deck. And there's a fly ball. Short right field, mixes back, Fogle in. Fogle's going to take it. And not deep enough to advance the runner at third base, but Cassidy gets his first out. And Costco will make his way to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out. And head coach Matt Robinson is going to make his way out to the mound. We'll see if it looks like there is going to be a change here. And in doing so, we'll take a break. And we'll be back here shortly and get you caught up with the new Warrior pitcher.
I started playing lacrosse because I wanted to try something new. I'm originally from Bolivia and our main sport is soccer. So when I got to the US, I was like, okay, I'm gonna swim and I wanna do something else. I never thought that I would be where I am right now. My past 3 years here, my teammates have been my best friends, I think. Right now we're a small team and the best thing we can do is get to know each other more than just we're players. My major is recreations and sports management, and I have a minor in media and communications. What keeps me in sports management is Dr. Joe Crosby. He's being such a big figure into my life, like same with Dr. Knight. Minoring in media and communication has been a blessing for me because I think if I ever needed anything, I can talk to either of them. They're more like family than just professors. You never know where the Lord is going to take you. It's just crazy to think that I'm a senior in college playing lacrosse.
George Shadowski is going to be the new pitcher for Southern Wesleyan. Shadowski, freshman from Irmo, South Carolina, Dutch Fork High School, and fly ball out to center field. Hammond underneath it and going to bring the ball into third here. So Shadowski comes in trying to minimize the damage as well. This is going to be George's fourth appearance. 3 innings pitched, only allowed 3 hits, 1 run. It was not earned. So Wyatt Stone, the second baseman, steps in, and the lone Saint still at second base. Stone is also 2 for 2. He's the third Saint hitter, multiple hit days. Also a run scored. 8-7. We're deadlocked at 1 until the bottom of the fourth. Warriors erupted for 7. Saints have come back now and almost matched it with 6 of their own here. And that one's going to sting Tyler Jackson a little bit. Foul tip. Shadowski likes to get the ball and go with it. Something as an infielder or a fielder rather you like to see, especially in a situation like this, and that's going to be a foul ball off the hitter's foot. Anytime the fielders have been out in the field for a while, to have a relief pitcher come in, toe the rubber, and go really helps out in keeping the concentration level where it needs to be. There's a ground ball toward Allen. Upfields it and makes the play to end the inning. So a nice play by Marcerio Allen. And that gets the Warriors out of the inning, but not before. Limestone scores 6 here in the top half of the fifth. We'll take another break. We'll get you called back up with everything that's happened thus far.
What if there's a place for you where thinking and doing go hand in hand with innovation, where professors are more like mentors and guides, where generosity is contagious, and if you catch it, you just might change the world? This is it. Step into community, step into faith, step into life. Step into Southern Wesleyan University.
Josh Long, third baseman, steps in for Southern Wesleyan. We'll see if they can respond here. So a hit batsman brings Marty Grisso up with a runner at first base. Swing and a miss, and that's going to send Grisso back to the dugout. Cam Mitchum 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Sandy Johnson started this game for the Warriors. It seems like now a long time ago, and Mitchum takes this one in the dirt. Canino is the third pitcher for Limestone. George Triplett started, went 3 1/3, 7 hits, 2 strikeouts, and was charged with 5 runs, all of them earned. Saxton came on, did not record an out, gave up 3 runs, 3 earned, and Canino now in his second inning of work. Mitchum steps out, gathers himself and back in, ready to go. And there's a called third strike, and Cam not exactly happy about that call, and he'll make his way back to the dugout, and Tyler Jackson, the catcher, comes to the plate. Tyler's 2 for 2 today with a run scored and RBI. So all but a couple of the Warrior hitters have picked up a hit in today's game. And a pickoff attempt goes errant, and Shugan is going to have to chase it down, but not before Josh Lone's going to make his way into third. So not exactly what you're looking for from the Saints' point of view with a couple of outs here. Now instead of a runner at first and a forced play, you've got a runner 90 feet away. Good opportunity for Tyler Jackson. There's a pitch on the inside part. Ball up in the zone. Ground ball out to the shortstop, Peter Adams, and can't make the play, so that's going to plate another run for the Warriors here. So a couple of costly errors for both teams in the top of the fifth for the Warriors, and the bottom fifth now for Limestone. Pushes it to 9-7. Jackson Mix back. Pitch just misses. Shadowski finished up for the Warriors in the top of the fifth. We'll see if he goes back out. No action in the Warrior bullpen, so George may be heading back out after the Warriors finish hitting here in the bottom half. Mix runs it to a 3-0 count. Marcelo out on the shortstop. Waits on deck. Should Mix reach? So Mix reaches, brings up Marcelo Allen. He's 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Marcelio's third RBI on the season. There's a line drive in the opposite field, left center field gap, and that's going to score what should be a couple of runners here. And so a two-run double, two-out two-run double by Marcelo Allen. Pushes a couple more runs across for Southern Wesleyan. So as generally happens in midweek baseball, a lot of pitchers, a lot of runs scored, and that's exactly what we have here today. And center fielder Travis Hammond steps in 1 for 3 with a couple of RBIs and a double. There's going to fall in front of the right fielder and just down the right field line enough to score. Allen. Hammond quickly retreats back to first base as second baseman Wyatt Stone throws in behind him, but that's going to score another run. And just like that, we're going to have another pitching change with a couple outs here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. We'll take a quick break. Warriors have picked up four runs here in the bottom of the fifth, so they lead now 12-7. We'll be back in about 30 seconds.
Long weekends, we spend a little bit of time by the river playing Alabama songs we can dance to. Forget about the morning, we can worry about it Monday, so for now there's nothing more than we have to. I don't know about y'all, but I'm thinking that we should all take the
Chance Fogle steps in with a chance to do some more damage. Cale Wagoner, right-handed pitcher, redshirt sophomore from San Antonio, Texas, attended Ronald Reagan High School. In to pitch for the Saints. It's going to be Cale's third appearance, 4 1/3 innings. 5 hits, 1 run. That run is earned. And with that, Fogle steps in. 1 for 2 with a run scored, an RBI, a triple, and a sacrifice fly. Fogle was instrumental in that 7-run fourth for the Warriors earlier. We've had 19 runs scored today. 17 have been scored in the last inning and a half and about the last 55 minutes. Pop up on the infield. First baseman Shugan's going to take care of it, and that's going to end what amounted to a 10-run inning combined for both teams. We're going to head to the top of the 6th. Warriors lead 12-7.
Wake up and focus. Awaken your dreams. Awaken your soul. Awaken your purpose. This is Southern Wesleyan University.
George Sadowski back out of the mound for the Warriors here, and Adams Fawcett, rather, the center fielder, steps in. All speed just off the plate. George is working on his second inning. Came in relief last inning, got a couple of outs. Fawcett 0 for 3 with a run scored. He did reach on an error early in the game. And George working quick, but walks the leadoff batter. Peter Adams, a shortstop. 2 for 3 is Adams with a run scored and a stolen base. He also has a fly out today. Warriors moving around in the bullpen as we are here in the top half of the 6th inning. Quick snap throw there by Sadowski. Not in time. A fly ball out to center field. Hammond reels it in for the first out of the inning. Zach O'Malley makes his way to the plate. Zach has a couple of walks, a fly out, and a run scored. As we mentioned, Zach started his collegiate career here at Southern Wesleyan before transferring down to Limestone. Had a good season for the Warriors last year and came into today hitting .308. Very hard worker. On the field and in the classroom. That pitch just off as well. That pitch is off, so runs the count to 3-0. And O'Malley, like last at bat, worked it to the 3-0, takes a strike there. 3-1 count. And there's a line drive just foul down the third base line. So O'Malley step in, give another attempt. 3-2 here. One out on the board. Take this opportunity to give a shout out to a few of our sponsors. If you're in town for any of the games, especially on the weekends, as O'Malley is going to be hit by the pitch, so he'll head down to first base. So make sure you check out Rails. Rails is located in downtown Central. Great place to grab some food. Palmetto Pizza if you're in the mood for pizza. Located in the Walmart Shopping Center, just a couple of minutes from campus. We also like to give a shout out to Diamond Tea. A lot of signage here on campus at all of our athletic events. There's a fly ball deep left field. Grisso heading back, and Shugan is going to hit this one off of the wall, and that's going to produce one run. Runners couldn't advance much further than that. Wasn't sure if ball was going to keep carrying or hold up enough for Grisso to get underneath it. So O'Malley's at second. Shugan is at second base. And that's going to bring head coach Matt Robinson out once again. Finish our sponsors here. John Bolton at boltonphoto.com. You can head to that website. He is generally at our athletic events. I know he's been to at least a couple of baseball games already. So if you want to see exactly some photos of your favorite Warrior, check out boltonphoto.com. And I'm sure he'll try to get here this weekend as well. We're going to have another pitching change. Ashton Falk's going to make his way to the mound. And in doing so, we'll take a break and be back shortly. We're back. Zach O'Malley at third. Dylan Shugan at second. And designated hitter Gavin Troyer in the box. Troyer is 1 for 3 today with a run scored, RBI. Women's basketball just tipping off momentarily up at King in Bristol, Tennessee. And there's a pop-up. Marcelo Allen out in short left field. Makes the catch. And that's going to pop up the second out of the inning. So Ashton Falk comes in. Falk making his fifth appearance, 3.48 ERAs, 0-1 on the season. 10 in the third inning, so he is third on the team in innings pitched. 6 runs, 4 of them earned, 5 walks, and 9 strikeouts for the sophomore. Falk is from Columbus, Georgia. Takes a long look in. As we mentioned, women's basketball cranking up in Bristol, Tennessee at King University. We'll give you some updates. There's a swing and a miss. Warriors have made the conference tournament. This game could factor into what seed they would be. I think a win could potentially push them to the 7th seed. Not sure if there's other things that need to happen. Marcelo Allen, long throw across the diamond, not in time. And that's going to plate another run for the Saints in the form of Zach O'Malley. So an infield hit for Noah Love. And that's going to be Noah Love's 4th hit of the day. He has 4 hits, 4 RBIs now. So career day for the sophomore from Concord, North Carolina. Men's basketball will tip about 30 minutes after the women today. That's a crucial game. Win and you're in. Winner of the game versus Southern Wesleyan and King men's basketball up in Bristol will continue to play this weekend in Conference Carolina's basketball tournament play. We'll find out later tonight as the runner on first takes off. A swing and a miss and a foul ball, so Love will have to retreat back to first base, even though he's pretty much standing up on the pitch. We'll know what direction the women's basketball team will be traveling in about 2 to 3 hours once they play and the rest of the teams play. Possibilities include Mount Olive or Shawan. And a swing and a drive to right field. Fogle over and dives and makes the play. So a nice play in right field by Chance Fogle to retire the top half of the 6th. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, 12-9. Stay with us, fans. This one's going to be finishing up probably in the 9th inning, as many runs are being scored here. We'll be back.
Long weekends, we spend a little bit of time by the river playing Alabama songs and getting nasty. Forget about the morning, we can worry about it Monday, so for now there's nothing more than we have to. I don't know about y'all, but I'm thinking that we should all take the
TJ Highsmith steps in as the designated hitter. And just like that, picks up an infield single. Highsmith having a good day at the plate. Couple of runs, couple of RBIs. Josh Long steps in. He's 0 for 2 with a run scored. Came in today hitting .294. Josh is the only Warrior to start all 11 games thus far. So we'll see if Long can get something going here for the Warriors. Long down 0-2 now. There's going to be a base hit in the right field past the diving second baseman, Wyatt Stone. So runners at first and second now. And this brings up Marty Grisso, the left fielder. Marty 2 for 3 with a run scored. Strikeout earlier in the game. Grisso shows bunt, and he does. Be a tough play to first base, but in time, so a nice sacrifice bunt by Marty Grisso. And catcher Davis Turner hops out in front of the dugout just in the nick of time, and this brings up Cam Mitchum. Runners in scoring position, so Grisso does his job. Pushes the runners to second and third here in the 6th inning. Big swing and a miss. Pitch up in the zone. Ground ball out to shortstop. It's going to be a tough play, but pulls him off the bag. So a high throw pulls first baseman Shugan off the bag. That plates a run in the form of Highsmith and puts the runners at the corners now. So that's going to pick up the pace in the Limestone bullpen. Cale Wagoner is back out for his second inning of work, and this brings up Tyler Jackson, the catcher for the Warriors. Tyler's 2 for 3 with a couple of runs scored and RBI. Also has a stolen base earlier in the game. One out here, 13-9. If you're just joining us, we were cruising until the bottom of the 4th. Warriors scored 7. Limestone answered back with 6 in the top half of the 5th, and Warriors came back with 4. So the bottom of the 4th till the bottom of the 6th has been the bulk of the runs. In fact, 19 runs have been scored during this particular time.
There's also drinks, guys. There's Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, red, Gatorade, water.
There's a pitch up in the zone. Tyler Jackson. Tyler came into the game. Hitting 190, but as we mentioned, got a couple of hits here, and ground ball is going to be not in time, so attempted double play by Limestone, but not in time, so another run scores. That pushes it to 14 for the Warriors. And 2 outs. Runner on first base in the form of Tyler Jackson. Jackson Mix makes his way to the plate. See if Jackson can produce a hit. He's the only Warrior thus far in the lineup without a base hit. In fact, 5 of them have multiple hit. That pitch, swing and a miss. So if you like high-scoring baseball games, you are definitely enjoying this one. If you're looking for a pitcher's duel, maybe next time. Fly ball out the left field. This should end the inning, and it does, as Zach O'Malley retires the side here. So we're going to take a break. 14-9 Warriors. We'll head to the top of the 7th. We'll be back shortly.
I started playing lacrosse because I wanted to try something new. I'm originally from Bolivia, and our main sport is soccer. So when I got to the US, I was like, okay, I'm gonna swim and I wanna do something else. I never thought that I would be where I am right now. My past 3 years here, my teammates have been my best friends, I think. Right now we're a small team, and the best thing we can do is get to know each other more than just we're players. My major is recreations and sports management, and I have a minor in media and communications. What keeps me in sports management is Dr. Joe Crosby. He's been such a big figure into my life, like same with Dr. Knight. Minoring in media and communication has been a blessing for me because I think if I ever needed anything, I can talk to either of them. They're more like family than just professors. You never know where the Lord is going to take you. It's just crazy to think that I'm a senior in college playing lacrosse.
Welcome back to Dr. C. Keith Connor Field. Ashton Falk back out on the mound for the Warriors, and just like that, Cole Costco, the right fielder, sends a base hit to his counterpart, right fielder Chance Fogle. So another base runner. Ashton Falk came on relief back in the 6th inning, so he's back out there for the 7th. Swing and a miss from Wyatt Stone, the second baseman, who's 2 for 3 with a run scored. Stone came in hitting .278, so his batting average is going to climb a little bit. That pitch called strike and called third strike, and Wyatt Stone Not exactly excited about that call, but nonetheless brings up Adams Fawcett, center fielder, who is 0 for 3 with a couple runs scored. Adams is reached by a walk and an error. Flew out also earlier today. Shows bunt, pulls back. As we mentioned, Falk is third on the team in innings pitched. This is his 5th appearance. That one fouled off behind us. Scoring update from Bristol, Tennessee. As we mentioned with the women's basketball game.
We're up 18-17 at the end of the first quarter.
18-17 Warriors, and first quarter's just expired, so we'll see if they can hold on and perhaps improve their seeding going into the tournament on Sunday. Had pitched down in the zone. Mentioned men's basketball, crucial game for them. They're also up in Bristol, tip around 7:30. Win, they're in. King wins, they're in. So that should be an exciting game for King campus there. If you want to tune in, you can tune back in to visit SWU Athletics basketball schedule. You'll see the link there after this game is over. And that's going to miss high and away. Adams Fawcett's going to draw a walk. Bring up shortstop Peter Adams.
Now batting for the Saints, number 1, Peter Adams.
Peter's 2 for 4. The run scored, stolen base, a couple of flyouts. Came in hitting 500, so he's still at that clip as he's 2 for 4 today. Josh Long picks it up. Over to second baseman Jackson Mix. Throw goes into right field. And that's going to push runners to the corners. So a throw-in error there by Josh Long, and that allows a Saints run to pass and brings up Zach O'Malley. Ball gets away from catcher Tyler Jackson, and that allows Saints runner to reach second base. Swing and a miss. O'Malley stands in. Zach is 0 for 1 with 2 runs scored, but he's reached 3 times. Hit by a pitch and walked a couple of times. So the Warriors have obviously been trying to pitch inside to O'Malley, and he goes down with a strikeout, and this brings up Shugan. 1 for 3 with a couple of RBIs, doubled last time at bat off the wall, just missed a 3-run home run. And that pitch down in the dirt, but not far enough for the Saint runner at third to advance. Swing and a miss. Josh Long with a throw up and over. Gets by Mitchum. Runner collides into Mitchum. And base runner is going to be down So we're going to have a break in the action here, and we'll be back here momentarily.
What if there's a place for you where thinking and doing go hand in hand with innovation, where professors are more like mentors and guides, where generosity is contagious, and if you catch it, you just might change the world? This is it. Step into community, step into faith, step into life, step into Southern Wesleyan University.
Back here at Connor Field, pinch runner. And Gavin Troy, the designated hitter, first pitch he sees after the break in action. Grounds out to first baseman Cam Mitchum. So we'll take another break. Saints pick up 3 in the top of the 7th. We'll be back. Warriors still leading 14-12.
Long weekends, we spend a little bit of time by the river playing Alabama songs we can dance to. Forget about the morning, we can worry about it Monday. So for now, there's nothing more than we have to. I don't know about y'all, but I'm thinking that we should all take
Marcerio Allen steps in for the Warriors here in the bottom of the 7th. Hunter Potzner, sophomore from Gainesville, Georgia, the new pitcher for Limestone. He's 1-0. 4th appearance, 3 1/3, no runs, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts thus far. What a game, and if you joined us in the bottom of the 4th, you've pretty much seen everything there is to see. From the bottom of the 4th until now, there's been a lot of runs scored. In fact, 24 runs have been scored since the bottom of the 4th inning. And Marcerio Allen reaches, brings up Travis Hammond, the center fielder. Hammond 2 for 4, 3 RBIs, a double. Shows bunt, pulls it back. This portion of the lineup, as we mentioned a few innings ago, if they can get on, good opportunity. Good speed at first, and Allen at the plate, and Hammond, and on deck, and Fogel. Allen off on the pitch and in there just before Davis Turner's throw down to second base. So Allen with the stolen base puts him in scoring position for Hammond. More action in the Limestone bullpen. And action also in the Warrior bullpen. So we'll probably see another arm for Southern Wesleyan as Falk pitched both in the 6th and the 7th inning. This pitch gets away from Turner. Moves Allen to third, so he's 90 feet away with no outs. This is definitely going to be one of those games where home team has the advantage with both teams scoring, putting up crooked numbers here. Multiple crooked numbers. That pitch on the inside. Oh, called strike. So Hammond's he's gonna have to pick up his bat and offers a bit of an apology to the umpire. He anticipated that being called a ball. Got rid of his bat toward the dugout, was ready to head down to first base. Here's the 3-1 count, so we'll see what happens here. Here's another strike, and he thought that one was a ball as well. So 2 pitches back-to-back Hammond thought was a ball. He probably needs to be expanding the strike zone right here and swinging the bat. Brief meeting for Hammond and allows him time to gather his thoughts and payoff pitch here from Potzner. And there's a foul ball off down to our right. Swing and a miss, and that's going to force a throw down to first, but not far enough for Allen to advance. Brings up Chance Fogel. Fogel's 1 for 3, his lone hit today, the triple. Actually back in that wild 4th inning. Fogel calls Sebastian, Florida, his home, transferring from Cumberland University a couple of years ago. And that pitch is going to get past the catcher, so tough break there for the Saints. And Allen scores on the pass ball there. So Fogle now starts back over with nobody on. And 1 out, 15-12. Not sure if Turner got crossed up there or not, but tough break for sure. Limestone 12 hits, or rather 12 runs off 11 hits. Southern Wesleyan 15 runs off 15 hits. 7 errors in the game thus far. Swinging another foul ball down the left field line. So get a bat here by Fogle. Long look in by Potchner and a strike called. It's going to send Fogle to the dugout and bring up TJ Highsmith. Highsmith with a good day so far. 3 for 4, 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs, a home run, and only out early in the game by a strikeout. So Highsmith improves on his .313 batting average that he brought into today's game. He'll be pushing that up, and the Warriors improving on their team batting average of .206. So good outing thus far for the Warriors. Decent crowd ended up showing up here. We see the stat guru, Isaac Tassie, in attendance. Just swinging a foul ball rather in front of the plate. As we mentioned, a pretty good crowd for a midweek game, especially starting at 3 o'clock. Good number of individuals making their way to the con. Ground ball out to third baseman. Oh, Love makes the play. That's going to end the top half of the seventh, or rather the bottom of the seventh. We're going to head to the top of the eighth, 15-12 Warriors. Top half of the eighth inning. 15-12 Warriors. Third baseman Noah Love steps in. Perfect 4 for 4. And just like that, Noah Love is going to pick up his 5th hit of the game. So a 5-hit performance by the sophomore from Concord, North Carolina. 5 for 5, runs scored, 4 RBIs, 2 doubles, a home run.
Now batting for the Saints, number 32, Davis Turner.
And you know, in his mind, he's got to be thinking, pick up a triple, and he's got the cycle.
Not yet. He still needs a single.
There's a pitch down from Falk.
They got the whole ESPN setup.
They do. This is true. Oh, no, he has had 2 singles. 2 doubles.
There's a called strike, so evens the count back at 1-1. Falk, the first Warrior pitcher to pitch into 3 innings today.
That's their head coach, so they can pull him in.
Sandy Johnson started. Cole Adams, Andrew Patterson, Josh Fenton, Christian Cassidy, George Shadowski, and now Ashton Falk. Patterson had an inning and a 2/3. Falk is currently an inning and 2/3.
It's bigger because they've got it upstairs too, so it's definitely taller. It's definitely wider.
That's not a good camera angle right there.
No, it's not really visually appealing.
Trying to show that guy's receding hair. Balding spot.
Falk with another long look in. Ground ball out to Allen. Long throw, and that's going to pull Mitchum off the bag. So Davis Turner, the catcher, reaches. That brings up Cole Costco,
Now batting for the Saints, number 24.
the right fielder. So as been consistent from the bottom of the 4th on, we have runners in scoring position, multiple runners on as we approach the 6 o'clock hour, looking at 2 hours and 44 minutes. And that's going to be a fly ball to left field, but Grisso's going to move over. So good positioning there by the Warrior outfield, and it picks up the first out here in the 8th for Falk and Southern Wesleyan.
For the Saints, number 28, Wyatt Stone.
Second baseman Wyatt Stone makes his way to the plate. He's 2 for 4, the run scored. Bunt attempt unsuccessful. The strike there.
So nice when it gets to this level of darkness.
See me doing work.
Before you're just guessing, I hope I'm doing this right.
Ground ball out to Jackson Mix. Potential for a double play, and the ball comes out, but on the transition, so on the transfer, so that runner at second will be out. So runners now at the corners.
Saints, number 4, Adams Fawcett.
Top of the lineup in center fielder Adams Fawcett.
Network error.
Network error.
Network okay.
Yeah, give it a second now. Put your out up on the board and your new batter.
They scored a run on that? No.
No.
New batter is what number?
4.
That pitch down.
That was a ball.
How many outs were there?
Dose.
Adams Fawcett at the plate. Peter Adams on deck. Foul ball off. Back over the Warrior dugout. As we mentioned, Shawan visits this weekend be the season or the conference opener for Southern Wesleyan. They drew the bye last weekend, so everybody else in the conference has played. They'll get a chance to break into conference baseball here on Friday. First pitch at 4. Saturday doubleheader at noon. Make sure you check the schedule on SWUathletics.com. There is an opportunity for inclement weather, which could produce a change in the schedule. Had a lot of change in the schedule thus far. Been a tough month, and there's a swing and a miss. So Limestone down to their last strike here with 2 outs. Runner off on the pitch, and foul ball off. So the second time there that swinging a foul ball in the box off the foot of Fawcett. And that's going to allow a run to score. So a good play there by Limestone, trying to get the run across, and they did. So we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Limestone picks up 1, 15-13. Warriors still lead.
I started playing lacrosse because I wanted to try something new. I'm originally from Bolivia, and our main sport is soccer. So when I got to the US, I was like, okay, I'm gonna swim and I wanna do something else. I never thought that I would be where I am right now. My past 3 years here, my teammates have been my best friends, I think. Right now we're a small team, and the best thing we can do is get to know each other more than just we're players. My major is recreations and sports management, and I have a minor in media and communications. What keeps me in sports management is Dr. Joe Crosby. He's been such a big figure into my life, like same with Dr. Knight. Minoring in media and communication has been a blessing for me because I think if I ever needed anything, I can talk to either of them. They're more like family than just professors. You never know where the Lord is going to take you. It's just crazy to think that I'm a senior in college playing lacrosse.
Josh Long steps in for the Warriors. Walker Sigmund, redshirt senior from Austin, Texas, Paris Junior College, on the mound for the Saints now. Brings a 3.60 ERA, his fifth appearance, 5 innings pitched, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts on the season. Foul ball off into the Limestone dugout.
Not since my best friend used to be the RD there.
All-speed pitch. Josh Long with a good piece of hitting there. He kept his hands inside the baseball and drives it over to right field. So
Marty Grisso, number 7. Pinch runner. 22.
Josh Long picks up another hit, 2 runs scored, and Marty Grisso, the left fielder, enters at 2 for 3 today with a run scored. So the Warriors trying to get some insurance runs here in the bottom half of the 8th. Not the second by no means. That ball is going to fall in front of the right fielder. So Cam Mitchum now the hitter. 1 for 4, the run scored, RBI. First and second, no outs for Southern Wesleyan. Mitchum shows bunt. Strike called. It'll be a ground ball through the 5-6 hole. Left fielder Zach O'Malley up, and ball is cut off. Not before the Warriors pick up their 16th run. So a run scoring single by Cam Mitchum. (16-13) Warriors up by 3. They'd definitely like to get one more run across. That way, that would force the Saints to have to bring the tying run to the plate in the 9th inning with bases loaded. So keep it outside of just one swing. And that's going to produce the 17th run for Southern Wesleyan. Throw goes all the way to the plate, which allows Tyler Jackson to reach second base on the throw. Jackson Mick still looking for his first hit of the day. He has reached base a couple of times, though. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of runs scored, a couple of walks as well. And Tyler Jackson picks up his 3rd RBI of the day. Ground ball, first baseman makes a nice play. Second baseman over to make the cover and not allowing Mitchum to score from third. Women's basketball trailing King up in Bristol, Tennessee, starting the 3rd quarter of play. Marcerio Allen steps in. He's 3 for 5. 3 runs scored, 3 RBIs, a double, stolen base. So he's had a good day at the plate. Line score shows a lot. 30 runs have been scored. And there's going to be some more. Going to be 2 more, actually, as ground ball through the hole is going to score Tyler Jackson just behind Cam Mitchum. So good piece of hitting by Marcerio Allen. Pushes it to 19-13. Travis Hammond steps in now. 2 for 5. And before we see Hammond pitch, we're going to have another break in the action as head coach Brett Harker makes his way out to the mound. We'll be back shortly.
Wake up and focus. Awaken your dreams. Awaken your soul. Awaken your purpose. This is Southern Wesleyan University.
Good to have you back. We're sitting here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1 out, runner on first in the form of Marcerio Allen. Travis Hammond at the plate, and a new pitcher in the form of Caden Brown, right-handed freshman from Elberton, Georgia. I believe this is going to be his first appearance on the 2023 season. Warriors wanted to pick up some insurance runs, and they have at 4, and Allen is on with a stolen base, second base, and puts another runner in scoring position. 19-13. And so they have successfully pushed it past 1 swing, potentially tying it up here in the 9th, which is what you always want to do. So good insurance runs for Southern Wesleyan here. A lot of pitchers, a lot of hits, a lot of runs, and a lot of errors as well. I believe we have 8 total in the game.
Each team has 70 pitchers.
14 total arms have participated in this midweek non-conference game, and there's a high chopper over the head of Brown. Shortstop Peter Adams fields it up, but not before Hammond races down. Picks up his third hit of the day. Chance Vogel steps in, 1 for 4 with an RBI, run scored, triple. That triple was many runs ago, back in the fourth inning. After 3 innings of a one-run game, deadlocked at 1 rather. Runners at the corners, we'll see if they put Hammond in motion, and they do. And a throw down to second base is not going to be in time, so Hammond is in there with a stolen base, and that puts runners at second, third, takes the force out of play. That's a high hopper, another high hopper. Second baseman Wyatt Stone can't handle, so another run, another error. And that pushes Hammond to third and allows Chance Vogel to reach safely. This brings up TJ Highsmith, who has 3 hits on the day. Has scored each time he's reached as well. And he had what was the lone run back in the second inning, a solo home run over the left center field wall. Vogel at first, we'll see if he's moving anytime soon. 7-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's one of those situations where too many runs is never enough. We've had 33 scored today. He's off on the pitch, called strike, and they did not make any attempt on that stolen base or advance there, so. Pitch inside on Highsmith. Pushes him down to first base, so bases are loaded now. And this brings up Dawson Gilstrap. Gilstrap came in to pinch run earlier, so he'll remain in the game and hit here. And we assume could possibly finish at third in the 9th inning. Bases loaded here, 1 out. Bottom of the 8th inning. There's a fly ball to right field. Should be deep enough to score Allen easily. In fact, they'll make the throw to third. And that pushes Allen across for the 20th run of the game here. Grisso steps in. He's 3 for 4, sacrifice bunt. Couple of runs scored, so. (21-13) Southern Wesleyan. Limestone missed their extra point back in the 5th inning. take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion for them to tie here in the 9th. Swing and a miss by Grisso. Getting twilight here. It's always tough during this 30, 40-minute window when the lights are on, but it's not completely dark. Tough for the outfielders to pick up high fly balls. Time called. That's a balk. Runner's going to score. Perhaps not. Perhaps it's just going to be a called ball. So, a new rule in college baseball, at least at Division II level. We've seen that happen a few times here. There's a fly ball out to center field. Should end the bottom of the 8th, but we'll see. And Adams Fawcett gathers it up. So we're going to head to the 9th inning. Limestone down to their last 3 outs. They've got some work cut out for them. We'll see who comes in. I believe we're going to have a new pitcher for the Warriors. We'll take a minute or two. We'll get you called back up when we return. Back for the top half of the 9th inning. And unless Limestone can find a way to score 8 runs or more, it should do it for us as Adams Fawcett, center fielder, stands in. Jackson Turner on the mound for Southern Wesleyan. It's going to be his 6th appearance, 7.50 ERA. 6 innings pitched. Earlier in the game, I predicted in the press box 16 pitchers would pitch. We are at 15, and I am pulling for Jackson Turner, obviously. I would rather be wrong than us see 15, and that would allow him to finish up this game. So Adams Fawcett leads off the 9th inning with a single. Peter Adams, a shortstop, steps in. 2 for 5, 2 runs scored, a stolen base. called strike, so Jackson Turner gets ahead. We've talked about this a while now. There's numerous Jacksons on this team. Tyler Jackson started. Jackson Mick started. Now Jackson Turner is in the game here on the mound. I'm not exactly sure, but I believe TJ Highsmith, the J is for Jackson. We'll have to look that up. Two one count. We'll have our work to do at the end of the game, but I believe Josh Fenton will be the pitcher of record. I think he was pitching in the fourth inning when the Warriors erupted for 7. Ground ball to Jackson Mix, but not in time. So ground ball out to Allen. Flipped over to Jackson Mix, but not in time as Peter Adams was hustling down the line. And this will bring up Zach O'Malley, the left fielder. Zach's 0 for 2 today, but he's reached a couple of walks, hit by pitch. Obviously, several guys on the pitching staff know Zach very well. As we've mentioned several times, he was a transfer, played here for a couple of years at Southern Wesleyan, so they've done a fairly good job of pitching him here this evening. And there's a called strike. And there's a base hit for O'Malley. Back up the box. Pushes runners first and second. And this is going to bring up Cody Schneider, freshman from Beaver Creek, Ohio. Cody hitting .222, only has 9 at bats. His 7th appearance, started in 2 games thus far this season. And there's a ball down in the zone. Strike called. As we mentioned, women's basketball up in Bristol, Tennessee. They'll be playing this weekend. Conference tournament. Men's basketball wins tonight. They'll be playing this weekend. Conference tournament. Baseball here at home. Softball on the road. Track is taking the weekend off. They'll be in between indoor and outdoor seasons as a high fly ball to left field. Grisso is underneath. And that will be the second out. And, folks, I'll be honest with you, we don't have time to list the numerous records that the track team has experienced this year, but I would encourage you to go to SWUathletics.com and check out the track. They just completed their indoor, and it all got started way back in the fall with cross country. We've had a lot of school records, career records, personal best, conference records, a whole host of records from the track side, and we even have one of them in the box here with us tonight working the scoreboard, Thomas McCagg. There's a called strike on their half, so 1-1 count, 2 outs. And that will do it as Dawson Gilstrap snags the line drive out of the air. So we'll finish this one up. Warriors win it 21-13. They had 21 hits, 14 for Limestone. Unfortunately, 9 errors in the game, but what an offensive explosion for Southern Wesleyan here as they pick up the victory here, the midweek victory. So good to get back in the win column for Southern Wesleyan. And in doing so, they will head into the weekend for their conference opening weekend and get an opportunity to face Shawan. Remember to check the schedule just in case there is some changes due to inclement weather. We appreciate you listening. Hope you have a great rest of your week, and someone will be here on Friday